Gentlemen, let me ask you something real today. How many times have you looked at a woman and thought to yourself, I'll never understand her? You see her smile, but you can't tell if it's joy, politeness, or silent pain. You hear her words, but you wonder if there's a hidden meaning behind them. And sometimes you feel like no matter how much effort you put in, women remain a mystery that keeps slipping right through your fingers. The truth is, women are not meant to be solved like a puzzle. They are to be understood like a story, layer by layer, chapter by chapter. Most men lose themselves in frustration because they approach women only from the surface, looks, attraction, chemistry, without realizing that beneath her beauty is a world of emotions, biology, instincts, and unspoken truths. And here's where men either rise or fall. The men who learn these truths about women, those who really understand what drives her emotions, her silence, her desires, they step into a new kind of power, not dominance, not control, but connection. So today, I'm going to share with you 6 mind-blowing facts about women that most men overlook. Once you truly grasp these, you won't just get women better. You'll finally understand the language of love, respect, and emotional strength that high-value men live by. Gentlemen, listen carefully, because this one truth will change the way you look at women forever. A woman does not fall for a man because of his car, his muscles, or even his charm. Those things may catch her eye, but they do not win her heart. What truly unlocks a woman's attraction is safety. And I don't just mean physical safety. I'm talking about the safety of her mind, her emotions, and her soul. You see, a woman lives in a world where she is constantly judged, compared, and sometimes even threatened. From the moment she steps outside, she has to think about how she dresses, how she speaks, how she behaves, because the world is quick to criticize her. And in the middle of that storm, she is searching for one place where she can let down her guard. That place is not a location, it's a man. If you can make her feel like she is safe with you, safe to laugh without being mocked, safe to cry without being called weak, safe to dream without being shut down, then you become the man she will never want to let go of. Safety is the soil in which her love grows. Without it, nothing takes root. Think about it. How many times have you heard women say, I just don't feel comfortable with him? That's not about money or status. That's her spirit telling her, this man cannot hold me emotionally. But when she says, I feel like I can be myself around him, that's the moment her attraction begins to bloom. Here's the mistake many men make. They rush to impress, to show off, to dominate. But women don't remember how flashy you were. They remember how safe they felt standing next to you. Safety is not weakness. It's not simping. It is strength, maturity, and presence. So if you want to unlock a woman's heart, stop asking, how can I make her like me? And start asking, how can I make her feel safe with me? Because when a woman feels safe, attraction isn't something you chase. It's something she gives to you freely. Gentlemen, this might be the hardest pill for many men to swallow. Women are not driven primarily by logic the way men are. You, as a man, may look at life like a blueprint. Step 1, step 2, cause and effect. But women live and breathe through their emotions. And if you try to argue with her emotions using your logic, you will lose every time. Let me explain. When a woman is upset and you rush to fix the problem with solutions, she often doesn't feel understood. She feels dismissed. You're thinking, I'm helping her by solving the issue. But she's thinking, he doesn't even care how I feel. To a woman, the emotion itself is as real and as important as the problem. She doesn't want you to bulldoze her feelings with cold logic. She wants you to hold space for them. Imagine this. She tells you she feels insecure because you forgot to call her back. Your logic says, it was just a missed call. Why is she overreacting? But her emotions say, do I really matter to him? Does he value me enough? If you dismiss her with, you're exaggerating, she feels unseen. But if you say, I'm sorry, I understand why that upset you. You matter to me, and I'll do better, her heart softens immediately. This doesn't mean women are irrational. No, it means their emotional world is richer, deeper, and more nuanced than most men realize. They feel everything with intensity. Joy, pain, love, doubt, All of it runs through them like electricity. And here's the truth. If you want to connect with a woman, you must learn to tune into her emotions, not just her words. The man who listens not to reply, but to understand, he is rare. He is high value. Because women are starving for men who can validate their emotions without judgment. So remember this. When you face a woman's emotions, don't fight them, don't ignore them, and don't try to fix them immediately. Lean in, acknowledge, empathize. When you make her feel understood, you become unforgettable. Because logic may impress her mind, but it is emotion that captures her heart. Gentlemen, pay very close attention to this truth, because it's one of the most overlooked signs in relationships. When a woman becomes silent, she's not fine. Her silence is not emptiness. Her silence is full of meaning, and often it's screaming louder than her words ever could. You see, women are naturally expressive. If she's laughing, you'll hear it. If she's upset, she'll often tell you, at least in the beginning. But when she reaches that point where her voice grows quiet, where her texts become shorter, where her presence feels distant, that is not peace, my friend. That is a warning. Silence, for a woman, is usually the result of exhaustion. It means she has tried to explain herself. She has tried to show you what she feels, but somewhere along the way, she felt unheard, unseen, or dismissed. And now she's retreating into herself. That silence is her way of saying, I don't have the strength to keep repeating myself. The tragedy is that most men misinterpret this. They think, she's quiet, so the problem must be over. No. The problem has just entered its most dangerous stage. Because when a woman's silence lingers, her heart starts to detach. And a detached woman is not arguing, not complaining. She's planning her exit. Here's the hard truth. A woman doesn't leave when she's angry. She leaves when she's tired of fighting for your attention. Her silence is the last cry for you to notice her, to value her, to listen without her having to beg. So, gentlemen, don't ignore her quietness. Don't be fooled into thinking her silence means everything is fine. Ask her. Sit with her. Tell her, I notice you've gone quiet, and I care about what's on your heart. Do you know how powerful that is? To acknowledge her silence instead of pretending it doesn't exist. A high-value man doesn't run from a woman's silence. He leans in. He sees it as an invitation to understand her soul on a deeper level. Remember this, her words tell you what she thinks, but her silence tells you what she feels. And often, the silence is where the truth hides. Gentlemen, every woman has two sides within her, the guarded, defensive side that the world forces her to carry, and the soft, radiant, nurturing side that she longs to express. The difference between the two depends on one powerful thing: respect. Respect is not just about opening doors or pulling out chairs. Those gestures are nice, but respect runs deeper. It is how you treat her voice when she speaks. It is how you value her time when she gives it to you. It is how you honor her boundaries, even when they don't benefit you. When a woman feels respected, something incredible happens. She naturally unlocks her feminine energy. That means she becomes more caring, more playful, more gentle, more loving. Respect brings out the part of her that wants to pour into you, to support you, to stand beside you. But when she feels disrespected, when she feels belittled, unheard, or taken for granted, her defenses rise. She becomes guarded, cold, or even distant. This is why some men say, she's too masculine, she's too hard, she's too difficult. But the truth is, she's only reacting to the lack of respect in her environment. A woman cannot bloom in a space where she constantly feels undervalued. Think of respect as sunlight. When you shine it on her, she flourishes. When you withhold it, she withers. And respect doesn't mean weakness. It doesn't mean giving up your standards or losing your power. In fact, it takes strength to respect a woman fully while still standing firm as a man. High-value men understand this respect is not negotiable. They don't curse at her in anger. They don't dismiss her feelings. They don't play with her trust. Instead, they create an environment where she feels seen, heard, and valued. And in return, that woman gives back a love that is softer, deeper, and more loyal than anything money or status could ever buy. Gentlemen, if you want to experience the best version of a woman, don't demand her softness. Earn it through respect. Because the truth is, respect doesn't just unlock her feminine energy, it unlocks the kind of connection most men will never experience in their lifetime. Gentlemen, let's get real for a moment. Every man at some point has asked himself, why is she testing me? You've probably felt frustrated, even annoyed when a woman throws challenges your way. But here's the truth. Women don't test you to destroy you. They test you to discover you. A woman's tests are not games. They are her way of asking, can I trust this man with my heart? Can I trust him with my future? Is he the same man in the storm that he is in the sunshine? Because every woman knows that words are cheap, but consistency, that's where real character shows. Think about it when she challenges your opinion, when she questions your decisions, when she creates a little emotional turbulence. She's not trying to tear you down. She's looking to see if you will remain calm, steady, and true to yourself, or if you will collapse under pressure. A test is her way of saying, show me who you are, not who you pretend to be. Now, here's where most men fail. They get defensive. They argue. They lash out. And in that moment, they prove her fears correct. He is not the man he claimed to be. But the high-value man, he doesn't get shaken. He doesn't lose his frame. He answers with patience, clarity, and respect. He doesn't see the test as an attack. He sees it as an opportunity to show his strength of character. Because here's the reality. If a woman never tests you, it probably means she doesn't care. But when she does, it means she sees potential in you. She wants to know if she can safely invest her love, her trust, her vulnerability into your leadership. So, gentlemen, don't fear the tests. Embrace them. Every test is a doorway into deeper connection. If you respond with composure and authenticity, the man who remains grounded through the storms of her emotions becomes the man she can trust with her soul. Remember this, she doesn't want perfection. She wants proof. Proof that you are real. Proof that your strength isn't just an image. Proof that you are exactly who you said you were. And once she sees that, her loyalty will become unshakable. Gentlemen, here's a truth that can transform the way you look at women forever. A woman is a mirror. She reflects back to you the energy you bring into her life. If you come with chaos, she becomes unsettled. If you bring stability, she becomes calm. If you lead with strength, she shines with confidence. You see, many men complain about women being too emotional, too dramatic, too difficult. But what they don't realize is that much of what they are experiencing is simply a reflection of their own energy. If a man is insecure, jealous, or inconsistent, the woman beside him will absorb that energy and project it right back. But when a man stands firm, clear in his purpose, strong in his vision, and steady in his emotions, he creates an